welcome back to the channel. As you all already know, ICP has had a fantastic start to the year, and this all begun from October last year from the lows. Many of you will recall we were giving out ICP live calls not only in our Telegram group but also on YouTube. But don't worry, if you didn't manage to get your position, I'm going to tell you how much ICP coins you need to make millions in 2024. Now, before I do this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But as always, click the bell notification icon so you can stay up to date with all my recent videos. Remember, guys, nothing that you see in this video is financial advice, so always make sure to do your own independent research. And with that being said, pause the video, click the link in my description, and join the Telegram group so you can stay up to date with all my recent updates, news updates, technical updates, and much more. And remember, guys, the Telegram group is free, so click the link below and join us now. Let's get straight into the video. Now, ICP has had a fantastic run. It's currently at $12.86, and momentum is picking up as Bitcoin starts to move aggressively ahead of the potential Bitcoin ETF approvals on Wednesday. We'll talk about that maybe a little later, but for now, let's focus on ICP. Now, of course, what many people do is focus on ICP's all-time high. So don't worry, we will do that as well. We'll talk about, how much coins you need once ICP hits its all-time highs, but we're going to talk more from the short term, right? For many of you watching this video right now, as a matter of urgency, you want to know, am I on track to hit my targets if ICP hits the short-term predicted price? Now, ICP's current market cap value is $5.8 billion, right? So $5.8 billion market cap, current price $12.91. Now, I actually believe the best way to look at ICP is, and again, I'm actually going to be quite bullish on this video. We have a few short-term targets like $40, $60, etc. But we're not even going to price in these into the equation. We're going to talk about the nearest short-term macro target, right? Which would, in my opinion, be $170, right? So let's do the math here. So $170, let's just say that is the next major area for ICP where people could look at profit taking, etc. Now, this is what might surprise you, because from where we currently are now, right? So we're only going to talk about where we currently are now. If you had, let's say, 7,000 ICP tokens, right? So 7,000 ICP tokens. So we do 7,000 times 170. That would bring you to $1,190, right? So $1,190, right? 7,000 token. Now, some of you may be thinking, wow, 7,000 tokens. I don't have 7,000 tokens and I can't afford to buy 7,000 tokens. So for example, if you were to buy 7,000 tokens right now at $12.90, you would be spending $90,300 just to acquire 7,000 tokens. Now, 95%, or let's just be honest, it's probably more than that, 98% of you watching this do not have the capital to throw in $90,000+ to buy 7,000 tokens, right? So I'm going to talk more long-term shortly, but just from a short-term perspective, you do need about 7,000 tokens, right? From a short-term perspective. So anybody that managed to accumulate at the lows, right? Or you have close to maybe 5,000 to 7,000, then you could be looking at a solid or a very, very nice exit once price does hit the $170 mark, right? And again, I just have to be honest on these videos. Again, obviously, the larger we move the target is the less tokens you need, which is why I am going to talk about the second target. So don't worry if you've completely said, well, that's priced me out completely, right? Don't worry. because there is a second target that I'm going to talk about for the 98% of you, which is, I guess, the majority of people watching this. But if you're in that let's say 2 to 3%, you can expect an exit maybe around 170. Let's say you have around 7,000. I know some people with over that, close to 13,000 ICP tokens. Why? Because they were accumulating at the lows, right? Now, let's talk about the majority here. So the majority, where would the next major profit taking target be? And we're going to bring it all the way back up to its all-time highs. Now, if you're expecting ICP to hit $750 again, and we'll talk about in-depth price predictions on another video, right? We'll definitely do that on another video. But let's talk about the short-term the longer-term price predictions. Now, for the good news is, for those of you watching, let's say you have 500 to, let's say 750 tokens. If price hits, 1,000 tokens, ICP tokens, well, if price goes back up to all-time highs, you make $750,000. Pretty decent, right? Pretty decent when you think about it, right? So if you have 1,000 tokens, price goes back up to all-time highs, you make around $750,000. Now the question is, what you all want to know is, how much would it cost? Oh, and I forgot to mention actually. So for the people that were buying at the lows, right, especially when I was doing these YouTube videos, they would have only spent just above around $21,000 at $3 to acquire 7,000 tokens. So this is the power of getting in early, as I've been saying to many of you before. And in fact, whilst we're on the topic of getting in early, before we talk about the next targets and how much you need, now is a perfect time to join CC Premium, especially if you're looking for 100x gems to take advantage of what I believe is the last major bull cycle, the last opportunity to make maximum gains, and also to take advantage of our 3 to 10x strategy. This is where we turn 1,000 into 10,000, and then 10,000 into 100, and last but not least, 100,000 into $1 million. If you're interested in this, click the link below and join our Crypto Crew Premium channel. Why should you listen to us? We called Bonk the biggest and best performing coin last year, up over 12,000%. We also called another major gem for last year, which was Solana, up over 900%. And we also called the market bottom on the 29th of November 2022. So there's 1,000 reasons why you should listen to me and join Crypto Crew Premium. The link is in the description. Now let's move on. Now let's talk about the second target. So let's say you have 1,000 tokens. 1,000 tokens brings you to 750. Now 750, of course, isn't $1 million. Neither is 1,200. So you need approximately about 1,400 tokens, right, in order to make $1 million if price goes back up to all-time highs, right? Which is quite a long way away. I understand that, but we're just talking about how much tokens you need in order to obviously hit that $1 million target. And that our calculations come to 1,400. Now, many of you are again thinking, well, I don't have that. Or some of you are saying, well, I do have that. Well, guess what? If you don't have that and you want to buy now, you're looking at $12 times, there we go, 85. You're looking at $17,990. Yes. Now, do you have that? I don't know if you do have that or if you don't have that, but I'm just telling you the number that's needed. That's how much you need. Now, if you were listening to me around $3, it would only cost you, wait for it, times, there we go, 3. It would only cost you $4,200. And this is the power of getting in early. This is the power of positioning yourself early. Because as you can see, the numbers changed quite a bit right? Quite a bit. Now, don't be discouraged. Many of you are saying, well, I don't have 17,000 in order to buy, 1,000 tokens at the moment. And that's fine because you don't need that much. Now, currently, for those of you watching this, and maybe you're saying, well, I don't think I'm going to make $1 million this year. Well, the good news is you don't need to. And this is what a lot of people forget. You can have a solid ICP portfolio, right? And let's even say ICP hits. Again, we're going to reduce the target even more. And let's just say 120 at some point this year, right? So 120 at some point this year. Let's just say you have 300 tokens, right? So 300 ICP tokens, random number. So currently that's valued at about around $3,870, right? If that 300 tokens hits 120, you make $36,000, right? Now, of course, that brings you nowhere near your target, but what it does do is allow you to not only build up your confidence, but it will allow you to maybe 10x that. Because if you 10x that 36,000, that then turns into 360,000. And then if you 10x that, that's 3.6 million. So the point is finding these opportunities in the market that allow you to compound and build in this cycle to obviously hit your overall goals and objectives, right? And that's the point here. That's the point in crypto. And ICP at the moment, I think, is probably percentage-wise going to be one of the best performing coins in the short term, at least. And from where we currently are now for ICP, obviously, as you all know, our next major target is around $40, $30 to $40, 200% away. Back up to 60 is 370. And then, of course, for those of you eyeing that 120 area, that's about 900% gain, or just under that, right? 8 to 900, so around a 10x from where we currently are, or just below a 10x from where we currently are. But the point is, we have to take advantage of the opportunities that's in front of us, which is why the opportunities that we're giving out on these lows, again, a classic example of why you position yourself early. And for those of you that made it this far in the video, you have an opportunity to make the most out of this cycle, and that's why CC Premium is where you want to be. I'll see you all there now. The link is in my description. The least you can do is like, comment, and subscribe, and also join the free Telegram group. But for those of you that are looking to make life-changing gains in this cycle, CC Premium is where it's all happening. That's it for now. Until the next update, seize the day.